you. I'm Konstantin, co-founder of Munevo, and I brought along these three amazing persons. You might only recognize two of them, but all three have something in common. Not all three can fly. Not all three live in space. And not all three work for us either. No, all three depend on an electric wheelchair to get around, but could not control it using their own hands because of a high spinal cord injury, ALS, and a rare muscle disease. And they're not alone. In Western Europe, for which numbers are only available, there are more than 13,000 potential users with ALS, MS, and high spinal cord injuries, and many more with other diseases which could lead to similar limitations, but for which also numbers are not collected well enough. It's a niche market, but an important one, because what does it mean to be severely disabled, but not able to control your wheelchair with your own hands? It means dependence on others for simple everyday tasks, to go out for fresh air, to simply turning away from the TV or a window. For many, this leads to low self-esteem, or even worse, a low will to live. I know people that went to Switzerland. Christopher Reeve and Stephen Hawking were able to do some of these things thanks to assistive technologies. However, most of the controls are mechanical, are very difficult to be adjusted, often unhygienic, and reported to be stigmatizing and uncomfortable. How is our control, our solution, different? We developed Munevo DRIVE, the first smart glass-based wheelchair control. We bring smart technology to people that we feel have been overlooked enough in society and can really benefit from it. And as you can see, it's child's play. Munevo DRIVE uses Google Glass to detect users' head movements, nodding gestures for the navigation of our menu, tilting gestures for driving. It provides a solution that is easy to use, comfortable, less stigmatizing. If at all, users get asked what kind of cool glasses they're wearing, and you may touch them. But we don't want to stop there. We want to make Munevo DRIVE, it's not on, because otherwise I'd be bothered with the sounds. We don't want to stop there. We want to make Munevo DRIVE into a daily life assistant to allow users to not only drive more freely, but live more freely. With various add-ons and voice commands, they can already control smart home devices. For instance, open their own doors at their homes when leaving or coming back, take pictures themselves to capture special moments, or potentially work. Speaking of work, I want to reintroduce Saskia, because Saskia has been working for us. She has been a Munevo DRIVE user for 2 years, and she actually started working for us 1.5 years ago. We're super grateful for her insights and trust in not only the product, but the company, us, behind it. Besides Saskia, we have a really motivated and great team of 25 people who all believe in empowering people together, even though it has not always been easy. One of the difficulties we face lies within a highly regulated market with various stakeholders. We provide our solution to medical stores. They supply it to end users, and along with other medical products. However, only after the insurance companies have agreed to cover the costs. This is necessary for every single unit and product and can take months, even years. For lead generation, we currently focus on clinics because we know the therapists are a really good way to target the patients early. End users, their caregivers and relatives are targeted through self-help groups, associations, and social media. After 4 years having been in the European market, we entered the US end of last year. We have the first efforts there have already yielded more than 20 approvals through various payers, such as the VA, Medicaid or Medicare. Our presence there is supported by a granted patent. Other patents in the EU, for example, are pending. We're currently growing our team even further. We just hired a sales manager in the US last week, and are looking to employ a person for technical support and to help the many independent sales reps we have in the US across the country. Google Glass has been discontinued. However, we have enough stock to last for at least 2 years and want to kick off our own smart glass development project with partners in 2024. This, however, will need funding, which we currently don't have. And that's the reason for our Series A funding round by Q3 end of next year. With the SIT prize money, we could kick this development project off, while at the same time looking for further funding and keep going. Another challenge we're facing is hiring good and affordable sales reps in Germany who are most important for the acquisition of patients as well as medical stores as customers. We've had more than 270 users in Europe alone. That's 270 lives that we have changed, and we want to have empowered more than 1,000 by end of 2025. Ralf, that you can see here, said he drove 1,000 kilometers independently with our solution in merely a year. That's exactly what we developed Munevo DRIVE for. We want to allow people to be out and about when and where they want. And in order to gather better data still, we will conduct a quality of life study focused on impact and benefit of Munevo DRIVE. Now let's get back to Saskia. What does she think about Munevo DRIVE? What does it mean to her?
It gives me a lot of independence and freedom. I can leave my home alone for a walk, to go to the supermarket, and I love it.
Thank you.